Brutal wars through time, humanity's fiercest battles. The world has witnessed numerous brutal wars, each carving its mark on history's canvas. These conflicts, though devastating, have significantly shaped civilizations, redrawn borders, and altered the global socio-political landscape. From ancient battles to modern-day struggles, the ferocity of human conflict underlines a relentless quest for power, territory, and ideological supremacy. The Peloponnesian War was a monumental clash between Athens and Sparta, setting the stage for an enduring legacy of rivalry within the cradle of Western civilization. This war was not merely a series of battles, but a profound struggle that pitted democracy against oligarchy, fundamentally questioning the nature of power and governance. Genghis Khan's Mongol conquests painted the medieval world in strokes of terror and efficiency. His campaigns of conquest not only forged one of the largest empires in history, but also introduced a new era of connectivity and cultural exchange across Eurasia, albeit at a staggering human cost. The Hundred Years' War, a prolonged series of conflicts between England and France, epitomized medieval warfare's evolution and its impact on national identity. This era saw the rise of iconic figures and significant technological advancements in military strategy, leaving a lasting imprint on both nations' destinies. The 30 Years' War ravaged Europe, leaving a trail of destruction that reshaped the continent's political and religious landscape. This conflict, rooted in the complex web of religious fervor and territorial ambition, underscored the destructive potential of sectarianism and set the stage for the emergence of the modern state system. The Napoleonic Wars engulfed Europe in a series of battles led by Napoleon Bonaparte, reshaping the continent's political landscape. This period witnessed the rise and fall of the French Empire, with significant military innovations and the spread of revolutionary ideals that would influence the future of nations. The American Civil War tore the United States apart, pitting the North against the South in a battle over slavery and states' rights. This conflict resulted in the loss of over 600,000 lives, the abolition of slavery, and significant changes in the social and economic fabric of the nation. World War I, known as the Great War, marked a turning point in global history with its unprecedented scale and devastation. The conflict introduced modern warfare techniques and led to the collapse of empires, redrawing international borders and setting the stage for further global tensions. World War II escalated into a global conflict of unmatched brutality, involving over 30 countries and resulting in the deaths of millions. The war saw the Holocaust, the use of atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and the emergence of the United States and the Soviet Union as superpowers. The Rwandan genocide, a tragic episode of ethnic cleansing, saw the massacre of the Tutsi population by extremist Hutu forces. In just 100 days, an estimated 800,000 lives were lost, highlighting the devastating impact of hatred and the international community's failure to intervene. The Siege of Leningrad stands as one of World War II's most heart-wrenching episodes. For nearly 900 days, the city endured relentless bombardment and siege by Axis forces. The resilience of Leningrad's citizens, despite severe starvation and cold, became a symbol of Soviet endurance and defiance. The Vietnam War marked a turbulent era in Cold War history, deeply dividing the United States and leaving lasting scars on Vietnam. It was characterized by guerrilla warfare, significant civilian casualties, and the controversial use of chemical agents. The conflict remains a pivotal lesson on the complexities of war. The Korean War, often termed the Forgotten War, reshaped the Korean Peninsula. It solidified the division between North and South Korea under a tense armistice that persists today. The conflict's legacy is one of devastation, heroism, and the enduring hope for reconciliation on the peninsula. The Iran-Iraq War was an 8-year conflict that ravaged both nations. Sparked by territorial disputes and fueled by deep-seated political and religious tensions, it resulted in massive casualties and economic ruin. This war highlighted the dangerous volatility of regional rivalries in the Middle East. The Syrian Civil War, starting in 2011, quickly escalated from peaceful protests to a brutal and complex conflict. It has drawn in multiple international actors, each pursuing their own interests, leading to a humanitarian crisis of staggering proportions. The war's impact extends far beyond Syria's borders, affecting global politics and security. The Battle of Stalingrad, marked by ferocious close-quarters combat and complete disregard for civilian casualties, became a turning point in World War II. Its significance lies not only in the immense loss of life, but also in crushing the morale of the Axis powers, showcasing the brutal cost of warfare. The Taiping Rebellion, one of the deadliest civil wars in history, ravaged Qing Dynasty China. It was fueled by a mix of economic distress, anti-Manchu sentiment, and millenarian visions. The rebellion's aftermath left millions dead and highlighted the catastrophic impact of internal strife on a nation. The Congo Wars, often referred to as Africa's World War, involved multiple nations and rebel groups fighting over the Democratic Republic of the Congo's vast mineral resources. The conflict resulted in horrific atrocities and left millions dead, underscoring the devastating human cost of resource-driven wars. The Crusades, a series of religious wars, left an indelible mark on Christian and Islamic relations. Spanning nearly 2 centuries, these battles were motivated by faith, power, and the promise of eternal salvation, illustrating how deeply entrenched beliefs can lead to prolonged and bloody conflict. The Battle of Verdun, one of the longest and most grueling battles of World War I, epitomized the war's attrition warfare. With over 1 million casualties, Verdun symbolizes the futility and horror of trench warfare, where vast numbers of lives were expended for minimal territorial gains. The Spanish Civil War was a brutal prelude to World War II, showcasing the devastating potential of ideological warfare. It tore the nation apart, setting the stage for a global conflict that would engulf the world. The war's legacy is a haunting reminder of the destructive power of division. The Battle of the Somme stands as one of the bloodiest offensives in World War I, with over 1 million casualties. This horrific confrontation underscored the futility and horror of trench warfare, marking a somber chapter in human history. Its memory serves as a stark testament to the cost of war. The fall of Constantinople in 1453 marked the end of the Byzantine Empire, altering the course of history. This pivotal moment highlighted the power shifts within civilizations and underscored the relentless march of empires. It not only reshaped geographic boundaries, but also cultural and religious landscapes across the globe. The An Lushan Rebellion significantly weakened the Tang dynasty, demonstrating the internal vulnerabilities that can lead to a mighty empire's downfall. This rebellion was not just a military conflict, it was a catastrophic event that resulted in massive loss of life and profound social upheaval, reshaping Chinese history. The partition of India in 1947 created 2 nations, but also unleashed a wave of violence and displacement, unprecedented in scale. This event is a poignant reminder of the lasting scars left by colonialism and the complex challenges of forging national identity amidst sectarian strife. The partition's legacy continues to influence South Asia's geopolitical landscape. The Sino-Japanese War marked a dark period in the annals of Asian history, characterized by extreme brutality and significant territorial disputes. This conflict between China and Japan led to widespread atrocities, reshaping the geopolitical landscape of East Asia and leaving a legacy of bitterness and complex relations that persist to this day. In the shadow of the great empires, the Armenian genocide stands as a stark reminder of the horrors that humanity can inflict upon itself. Targeted violence against the Armenian people by the Ottoman Empire sought to erase an entire culture from the earth, resulting in the loss of countless lives and a lasting wound on the collective memory of the Armenian people. The Battle of Thermopylae, though vastly outnumbered, saw 300 Spartans hold their ground against the might of Persia. This legendary stand is not just a tale of valor and sacrifice, but also highlights the strategic depth and military prowess of the Spartans, leaving a legacy that has inspired generations. At the First Battle of Panipat, the foundation of the Mughal Empire in India was laid. This decisive confrontation not only altered the course of Indian history, but also demonstrated the effectiveness of gunpowder and artillery in changing the dynamics of battlefield engagements, setting the stage for the Mughal era's grandeur and architectural marvels. The Russo-Japanese War, often overlooked, was a pivotal event in the early 20th century that shocked the world by showcasing Japan's military strength and heralding its arrival as a formidable imperial power. The unexpected victory over Russia not only boosted Japanese morale, but also signaled a shift in global power dynamics. influencing the course of international relations in East Asia. The Battle of Cannae stands as a grim testament to tactical genius and devastating loss. In 216 BC, Hannibal Barca orchestrated a masterful encirclement that decimated the Roman legions. This battle underscored the horrors of war and the costs of underestimating an ingenious enemy, leaving Rome in mourning and awe. The 80 Years' War was not just a fight for Dutch independence, but a protracted struggle that reshaped the map of Europe. It highlighted the fierce desire for sovereignty and religious freedom, pushing Spain and the Netherlands into a conflict that would draw lines still recognized today. The Second Punic War carved deep scars into the annals of history, defining the epic rivalry between Rome and Carthage. This conflict, marked by Hannibal's daring crossing of the Alps, showcased the extremes of human resilience and the stark costs of imperial ambition, forever altering the destinies of two great civilizations. In the Anglo-Zulu War, vastly different worlds collided with shocking violence. British firepower met Zulu bravery head-on in South Africa, illuminating the complexities of colonial expansion and the indomitable spirit of a people defending their homeland. This clash remains a poignant chapter in the history of colonial wars. The Gallic Wars, led by Julius Caesar, were a brutal demonstration of Rome's military might and Caesar's strategic brilliance. Conquering Gaul, Caesar not only expanded Rome's borders but also laid the groundwork for his rise to power. These wars, however, also brought untold suffering to the Gallic tribes, highlighting the merciless nature of imperial ambition. The Falklands War of 1982 was a swift yet intense confrontation, pitting the UK against Argentina over the disputed Falkland Islands. This conflict, while brief, showcased the enduring tensions over territorial claims and national pride, resulting in significant military and civilian casualties on both sides. The War of the Triple Alliance, which raged from 1864 to 1870, stands as South America's deadliest conflict. It saw Paraguay pitted against an alliance of Brazil, Argentina, and Uruguay. The war decimated Paraguay's population and reshaped the political landscape of the region, leaving deep scars that are remembered to this day. The Greco-Persian Wars were pivotal in shaping Western civilization. These conflicts demonstrated the resilience and strategic prowess of the Greek city-states against the vast Persian Empire. The wars, particularly the battles of Marathon, Thermopylae, and Salamis, became legendary, symbolizing the struggle for freedom and democracy against tyranny. The Boxer Rebellion was a violent uprising against foreign influence and Christian missions in China at the turn of the 20th century. The Siege of Beijing and the international response highlighted the complexities of imperialism, nationalism, and cultural identity, leaving a legacy of increased foreign intervention in China. Reflecting on the brutality of these wars reminds us of the profound impact conflict has on humanity. Each confrontation, whether for territory, independence, or ideology, carries with it stories of loss, resilience, and sometimes reconciliation. Understanding these historical events is crucial for fostering a more peaceful world. If you liked this video and want to see more of the best top 10 countdowns, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you always know the best of the best top 10. Goodbye, adios, au revoir, sayonara, and ciao. Oh, and leave a comment down below.